Hey there everybody, it's Jamie here and a very warm welcome to your travel blog Jamie. And indeed a very warm welcome to Cunard's latest ship in the fleet, Queen Anne. In this episode I'm going to show you around my standard inside cabin. It's cabin 10010, pretty much as forward as you can get. Let's do this. Alrighty, location. This is the forward stairwell, and as you can see, we've got 4 lifts here as well. Quick peek at this deck plan so you can see where we currently are, just here, and our cabin is pretty much at the very front of deck 10. Okay, let's check out the location of this cabin. It's 10010, it's forward and port side. When choosing your location, it might be important to you to see what's directly above and below. As you can see here, we just have passenger cabins. In theory, this might mean a quieter location. Walk this together so you can see how far it is from the stairwell. Pretty much right at the end of this corridor. Only takes a minute or so. When you come into your cabin, you're going to need to insert your cruise key card here or any store card to operate the electricity. Now this is interesting. You'll be aware that on many cruise lines you have a temperature control and you can't turn them on or off. It's either cold or warm or hot. Now this one you can actually turn off if you'd like to. Ours is constantly on Arctic conditions. Here we've got magnetized signage, I like this, which you can pop outside your stateroom to make sure your cabin steward or stewardess knows whether you need to not be disturbed or indeed you're ready for your stateroom/cabin to be made up. If you have watched my channel before, you know, well, you've probably seen my legs before, yes. I like to give you a sense of space. How much space do you have when you come into your cabin? Not a huge amount, actually, especially compared to the last 2 cruise lines I've just sailed in inside cabins. Alrighty, let's talk the main event, or rather the bedroom area. It certainly doesn't take long to get there, does it? This really is it, and I'll be honest with you, it's one of the smaller inside cabins I've stayed in. Yes, I've stayed in a solo insider, for example, on Virgin Voyages, and that's tiny. But this cabin is actually for 2 people, and I find it to be quite cramped, if I'm honest with you. No doubt you'll give me your thoughts on this matter. The only other inside cabin I've had that has felt this small is on P&O Iona. Nobody puts Jamie in the corner. Oh, I've put myself in the corner just to give you a sense of space. What do you think? What are your first impressions when you see this cabin? I'm absolutely 100% interested to know your thoughts. Very important to note, nice linen. Very comfy mattress, probably more on the firm side. We've had a great night's sleep in here. The aircon works brilliantly, comfy bed, and actually a very quiet location. Now, either side of the bed, we've got quite thin bedside units, as you can see. So there's shelf space here and 2 drawers below. The lamp, I quite like this, kind of like a retro nautical feel to this lamp, which I like. And also of note, you can operate the lighting from either side of the bed. We've got USB ports here and we have a US outlet as well. Now, important to see how much space there is either side of the bed. It's not a problem for me or Matthew actually, but there's not a great deal of space here. You won't be swinging any cats around, that's for sure. That very important age-old question of, can you store luggage under the bed? Well, first of all, my darlings, my level 8 case, this is the huge one. It's absolutely massive and no problem at all. What I will say, however, is on the other side of the bed, the cabin steward has a box of tricks here. I think they keep linen and so on in here. So that actually does take up the other side. Now this might divide opinion, but I for one really like the color scheme here. I mean, blue is one of my favorite colors and we've got all sorts of shades here. Look, we've almost got like denim, we've got a tugboat blue going on, we've got like a diesel kind of blue. I think it's great, but I do understand the point from some viewers saying for an inside cabin, for a small inside cabin, they would prefer just light or neutral colors. I totally take your point. but I love blue, I really do. I absolutely love this wall art. Sometimes I feel wall art in cabins, cruise cabins, can be quite incongruent. This I totally understand. I think it's fabulous, I really do. Angles and perspectives are everything. All right, get ready for this, folks. I'm calling this the Walk of Doom. There's not much to me, and as you can see, I struggle getting down here. So I think this is going to be problematic for some people. I really do. We've got another thin bedside unit here. Again, shelf space and drawers. Telephone, particularly useful for ordering room service. As I said earlier, I really like the look of these lamps. You actually have a reading light here as well. Ooh, blind you, blind you, blind you. And on this side, we again have our USB ports. We have a US outlet and we've got a UK socket as well. So I think it's fabulous that we've got those outlets / sockets either side of the bed for convenience. From this angle, oh my goodness, we've got that controversial Cunard inside cabin television. I'll talk about that a little bit later. For now, right in front of the bed, you've got one of the smallest workstations / vanity areas I've ever seen in an inside cabin on any cruise line. That's not to say I don't like it. I think it looks fabulous. I love the dark wood. I love the wallpaper on the background there. I think that's really funky. Likewise, the round mirror with the lighting around the outside. I think it's very, very cool indeed. But it's not very practical. I had room service the other evening and the tray did not fit on this desk. And as you can see, there's no table here, so the tray ended up just going onto the bed. I mean, breakfast in bed, late night snacks in bed, of course you can do that. However, it's not very convenient in my humble opinion. Okay, so there is a large shelf up here if you want to use that for any of your bits and bobs, odds and sods, knick and knack, brick and brack. And we also have a smaller shelf here. You've got your kettle, which needs to be plugged in down here. I mean, you can move your kettle down here if you want, but as I said, not a huge amount of space. I love the fact that we have champagne glasses and every cabin comes with a polacca, some bubbles. I'll show you that shortly. And of course, us Brits, we've got to have our kettle and our tea and coffee making facilities. They do top up your galette au bon beurre every day. If you haven't eaten them, I would absolutely recommend storing them, putting them in a drawer so that they keep topping them up. I know that's terrible, isn't it? You've got a couple glasses here, mugs as well. So not bad. And I would say they've been rationing us with the coffee. We literally have one per person per day unless you ask for more. There's UHT milk here as well. You could absolutely, if you wanted, bring your own milk or ask to have some delivered and store that in your fridge right underneath. It's not a bad size. Don't forget, you can indeed remove these shelves if you have a full bottle of bubbly or wine to store in there. This is the polacca that is provided with each cabin, which is a nice touch. Some Cunard, as I know, absolutely detest polacca. I'll have yours, my darlings. I'm not fussy when it comes to bubbles. I'm really not. And as I said, desk space, there's not a lot of it, if I'm honest with you. If you'd like ice delivered to your cabin, just ask your cabin steward or stewardess. They'll happily deliver that each day. We have a European socket here, another UK one, another US socket tucked away over here, and two more USB ports. So I actually think for sockets and outlets, this is actually very positive. Okay, we've got a drawer here which should have your hair dryer. You know what's coming now, don't you? Oh my goodness me, let's do the hair dryer test, shall we? Now, some of you out there have told me the cable is very short and it makes for a very difficult hair drying experience. Well, let's check that out, shall we? Oh, I'd say there's a medium-sized one. I can't say I've ever done a length of cable test. As you can see, I can just about manage that, although I nearly pulled it out of the socket then. So you'll have to be a little bit careful. Right, let's test out the speed and heat settings. So this is the lowest, and that's Cool. It's actually called Cool. I'm not sure what the point of that is, but I don't blow dry my hair, my darlings. The next setting up is the same speed, but should be warmer. Marginally warmer. And the top setting, ready? Well, look, it's not a bad blow, but I've got to say, it's not actually that hot at all. If you've got a very wet bush, it's going to take you some time to dry it with this. Sorry. Right, I'm done with that. Didn't need to be airlifted off to A&E for being scolded. I do like this. I miss this from some cruise lines, where you have a card that says the name of your cabin steward or stewardess and how to contact somebody as well. I like that. And there you have your workstation / vanity area. Dinky AF. Right, let's head to the bathroom and then we'll check out the storage space. First thing to note, we've got 2 hooks up here. These are very odd hooks. Look how wide they are. It's actually difficult to hook anything on there, but that's just my opinion. There are worse things to be upset about in life, I know. Caution, raised threshold. Yeah, don't trip up. Okay, a couple things about this bathroom. Some of you might say it's a bit clinical, it's a bit corporate, it's a bit hotel-like. I really like it. I love all the tiling. I think it's nice and bright and airy. It's super clean as well. And the first thing you will notice when you come in is the magnificent size of this shower. I suppose the question is it worth forfeiting some of the cabin space or bathroom space for a shower of this size? Some of you will say absolutely. Let me know what you think. No clingy or tacky shower curtains here, my darlings. Oh no, door only opens inwards and you're gonna get 3 people in here. No, I haven't tried. I've just got a great eye for these things. Actually, I've got 2 eyes, you know. We've got a handle here to help yourself cling on in rough seas. And as you can see, we've got shelf space. There are 2. One thing I love about Cunard is that they use Penhaligon products. They are delicious. Yes, I'm drinking and eating them as well as bathing in them. We've got another shelf space up here as well. This shower, by the way, is powerful. It's got 2 different settings up there. So you can have like rain, or you could have blast your bits and bobs away, whatever you want. It's a good, powerful shower and it's very hot. I love that. There's also a washing line up here, should you wish to dry your knickers, your swimming trunks, whatever you want. I'm not judging you. And for those of you who doubt me, that you can't get 3 people in there, hello, you can get 3 of me in here, definitely. All right, here's a look at the bathroom from this angle. So you'll notice there's a slight lack of space. You know I love doing a toilet test these days. Not the kind of toilet test you're thinking, of course. And yes, you're going to be able to pop your 1 cheek, 2 cheeks, rah, 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 but you're not going to get sucked in. No, no, no. Be careful not to press that button when you're on the john, because otherwise, off you go, never to be seen again. Some of you out there are saying, Jamie, there's no room for your legs on the john. Well, I'm going to just show you what it looks like. I'm not going to do anything, don't worry. So it's not that bad. And actually, I wonder, oh, look, you could almost stretch out, look, if you really wanted to, using that shower area as well. Look, I'm just showing you how much floor space there is around the toilet. The loo roll is just to the side, which is quite convenient. I hate it when they put it like way away from you, you know, you're stretching, you're overstretching, you're pulling your muscles. I don't think it's that bad personally. We've got plenty of rails and hooks for your towels in here, which I like to see. Sink basin, quite a dinky little sink actually, but there is a little bit of shelf space around, which is appreciated. You've got 3 shelves up here as well. They're actually not that big and they already come with the Penhaligon liquid soap, hand and body lotion. You've also up here got some cotton wool buds as well. But it's not too bad in terms of that storage space. Nice big mirror here, nice and bright and light, like that very much. 2 hooks on the back of your door to hang your towels, which is very convenient for the shower. And this may be a brand spanking new ship, but it has a shaver point just above the ledge. And as you know, some of the newer ships have these literally on the ceiling with no shelf underneath. You just hang all your bits and bobs from them, which is not very convenient at all. So that, very practical. And there you have the bathroom, again with the shower occupying, I'd say, the majority of space in here. Some of you will like that, some of you maybe not so much. Let me know what you think. Okay, you'll see them from the bathroom door. If you are sharing this cabin with somebody, you will have to navigate what you're doing when you're doing it, because there's not a lot of space out here. Let's check out storage space, shall we? If you're wondering where your mirror is, it's here, tucked away behind one of the wardrobe doors. It's not a floor to ceiling length mirror by any means. We've got some hanging space in this first wardrobe compartment. I will say these kind of hangers, they really do annoy me. I know, imagine I'm getting annoyed by a hanger. I just hate this sort of thing where you've got to unhook, take it over. I just don't like unhooking and hooking. I just like plopping something straight onto the railing. That's just me. I'm sorry about that. Your cabin will come with two very nice, fluffy, and they are super fluffy robes. They're really comfy. I like that. And there's some space down here for your shoes, bags, whatever you want. Moving on to compartment number 2. So as you can see, there's a little bit of hanging space down here. We've got our in-cabin or in-stateroom safe, a good sized shelf, and your life jacket slash vests. We'll talk laundry prices and laundrettes shortly. Storage space number 3. We have 6 shelves here. Notice there's a distinct lack of drawers. I know some of you don't like that. Sorry about that. There's quite a narrow hanging space here. What I will say about this is we've only used 3 here and it's taken up so much of the room. I don't actually think you'd necessarily be able to fit another 5 garments there. And down here, there's not a great deal of space, I've got to be honest with you. So maybe some shoes, your knickers, whatever you want, my darlings. And the final storage space area, again, very narrow, hanging space up here, and also another railing down here. So the storage space is sufficient for us on this 4-night cruise. We tend to travel quite lightly anyway, but if you're on a much longer cruise, it might be a bit problematic for you, especially if you're sharing the cabin with someone else. Maybe you'll need to pack quite frugally or get your washing done during the voyage. All right, a few housekeeping kind of matters. On Cunard, each adult is allowed to board with a 750ml bottle of bubbles or wine to be consumed in your cabin. You can order a stateroom breakfast and also food during the day and through the night. Let's have a look at that menu. Well, I think Cunard offers a very good breakfast in bed option. Simply choose your breakfast items. Service time, hang on the outside of your stateroom door before 1 a.m. I can do that. I'm not totally useless. Not totally. There is no charge to order from this breakfast menu. You'll notice there's something special drinks. They obviously come with a surcharge. We're talking about champagne and so on there, Bloody Marys. They're also subject to a 15% service charge. But everything else on the menu included in your cruise fare, and there's no tray charge. By the way, I cross out the word eggs over easy and I add over medium. I like my eggs medium, okay? Just in case anyone ever decides they want to buy me an egg. And a look at your stateroom bar and dining menu. Well, once you finish your breakfast, why not order a brunch? I mean, you could literally eat in your cabin on a loop. And look at this, they even offer the quintessential Cunard experience of afternoon tea in your cabin. Love that. Here's your daytime menu, and you'll notice many items again are included in your cruise fare, but there are some signature supplements if you wanted, for example, cheese plates, charcuterie board, the araña butter chicken dish, etc. If you're willing to pay the surcharge, you can have those items. Let's keep having a peep. Of course you want to know about the desserts. I know you do. Some of you have got a right old sweet tooth, haven't you? The late night menu operates from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. By the way, late night snacks in the buffet, or should I call it artisan's food hall, available from 12 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. You could always run up there and bring some items back to your cabin. If you'd like to order canapes or caviar for your cabin slash stateroom, those come with a supplement, of course they do. And there's also a full drinks menu here for you as well. Have a quick peep at those prices. Of course, everything here is in US dollars. Cunard also offers specially curated stateroom bar packages. Whether that is just water, soft drinks, you can have a house bar look, which is a choice of 1 bottle of house spirits, 12 mixers and complimentary snacks. I'm not sure how complimentary it is when you're paying $75. A choice of beers, and then the premium bar as well. The bar continues. Here's your choice of spirits and beers, Cunard craft collaborations, bitters and ales, cider, and your soft drinks as well. But to reiterate, there's not a huge amount of space in here. If you have food delivered to your cabin, well, I suppose one of you could actually sit at the desk and eat that, and the other person on the bed, perhaps. Or you could take in turns. Not really very practical though, is it? Oh, look, Matthew's appeared. Controversial television talk. You'll notice it's on the side wall, and you're going to get a really crooked neck trying to watch that in bed, aren't you? But you're going to say to me, don't worry, Jamie, it's maneuverable. Move it, move it. Oh, no, there are no brackets here to enable maneuverability, I'm afraid. I've heard on the grapevine Cunard might be changing that in due course, but I don't know when. Matthew's just made a very good point. He does do that now and then. If this were a twin configuration, yes, you might feel you've got more space, but can you imagine with your bed up against the wall, you'll definitely not be able to watch the television then. So let's see if Cunard are going to put some brackets on these so that they are maneuverable. Regardless, let's have a look and see what kind of channels are available to us. Well, first of all, we've got the bow camera, which I think is quite important if you are in an inside cabin, so you can have a look, survey the weather before you get up, and sea conditions, of course. And then there's the navigation chart, so you can check out your progress. This is just a 4-night cruise. We have gone from Southampton to the Netherlands, Rotterdam, the Netherlands, and we are making our way back to Southampton. This is our sea day. You've got all the information along the left-hand side about dates, times of arrival, and time you need to be back on board the ship. You could check out your account details on the television, see how much money you've hemorrhaged. You can also do that on the myvoyage.cunard.com web page, the web browser. You can access that for free. You don't need to purchase Wi-Fi on board to access that. You've got all sorts of information on here as well, port information, things to do on your cruise. You might be looking to book another, all the information on entertainment, dining, venues, menus, etc. It's all here. You've got live television, radio, films, Queen Anne's Journey. Let's see what kind of films are on offer. I like this. So these are all films on demand, and you do not have to pay any extra to watch those. Take note, MSC Cruises. There's a good range here, don't you think? Or is it just me? I think it's a great range. Oh, horror, yes. Alrighty, a little bit more housekeeping. Laundry facilities. Well, first of all, you can have your laundry collected from your cabin, whisked off, and there's a regular 2-day service or a same-day service for a 50% surcharge. Here's a look at some of the items and prices per unit. What do we think about those prices? Are they competitive with other cruise lines, hotels? I haven't got a Scooby. There are also 5 laundrettes that you can use yourselves on board Queen Anne on decks 1, 4, 7, 8 and 10. Well, our cabin is just here, and the laundrette not actually too far from us, open from 8 till 8. And they have a standard inside cabin on Cunard's Queen Anne. In summary, this is definitely, in terms of floor space, and remember, it's a measurement, it's not an opinion, it's a fact. The floor space is quite restricted here, and it's a smaller inside cabin than I've had on multiple cruise lines. As you've seen, the space either side of the bed is very restricted, so it might not be suitable for everybody. I do like the color scheme, and whilst I understand some of you would like things to be a bit brighter in here, these are my favorite colors. It feels quite nautical to me. I like it. I'd also be interested to know what you think about the storage space in this cabin. for our 4-nighter for both of us, it's fine. But we have had a conversation saying it could be a little bit more troublesome if you were here for a longer cruise. Love the look and the feel of the bathroom, if not a little bit on the small side, to make way for that great big shower, which I love, by the way. Cunard still offers a nightly turn down service, and whilst it's not essential for us when we cruise, it's a lovely, lovely touch to come back to your cabin with the lights dimmed, the bed smoothed down, a couple chockies, your breakfast menu laid on the bed, towels replenished, bathroom wiped down. I think it's a nice touch. I really like that. We are also enjoying the location of this cabin. I know it's higher up and forward, which is not going to be suitable for everyone, especially if you get a little bit at sea. It's been fine, by the way. But it's been very quiet in this location. We are also very close to the Pavilion Pool Bar and Wellness Cafe, which I think is a fantastic space. Would I stay in a cabin like this again? Well, the answer is yes. That's because I'd already booked to stay in an inside cabin on board Queen Anne for a 2-week med cruise this coming November. Make sure you've subscribed and turned on notifications. You don't want to miss that. It's not my favorite cabin in terms of floor space. I do think this is quite cramped. It can be problematic for 2 people, but when I'm sailing solo in November, I think it will be easier to navigate. No offense to you, Matthew. That's it from me. Don't forget to check out the full Cunard Queen Anne experience. Just search Travel Blog Jamie 4 nights on Cunard Queen Anne. I'll see you the next time. Thank you so much for your support as we head towards 32,000 subscribers. It's cray-cray. Today's shout outs go to my tiers 3, 4, and 5 patrons, and oh my goodness gracious me, my loves, you too could become a patron. Just search patreon.com/travelblogjamie. For your personalized video messages, just search cameo.com/travelblogjamie. Thanks for watching, and don't forget we can follow each other on Facebook, Jamie W. Robbins, X, Threads and Instagram at TravelBlogJamie, and of course right here, right now on YouTube. Bah!